What's up, YouTube world? This is Steven again. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight, or I guess, uh, a clear understanding, I should say, of what inspired me to write. I know a lot of people that start doing something that they love or that they enjoy, get inspired by someone, and basically what I think is the people that don't get inspired by someone or something but start to do something that they love, there's something missing. There's something that's missing about them or for them, and they're either just not as passionate about it or not as good as others about it, just because there's nothing that inspires them to do what they love to do. And that's just my take on it. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but people that have something that they're inspired, or that inspires them to start doing something, is something that's just awesome in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a note that I put on Facebook about a year or so ago, and it's pretty much telling you guys what inspired me to write, what inspired me to start writing my books, and just to let you guys know. Alright, so here we go. And the note is titled, "What Inspired Me to Write." I've never gotten asked this question, but I know a lot of you are probably wondering and would like an answer to the question, what inspired me to write, right? Well, it all started when I was on Facebook talking to one of my friends online about the Final Destination movie series and asking them how cool it would be if someone made a book version of the movies. He agreed that it would sure be something. After we logged off Facebook, I sat there and thought, I bet I could do something like that. I could make a book version of the Final Destination series with a whole different with a whole different city setting, there we go, a different title, different characters, and most importantly, deaths that I created and came up with. At that moment was when I started writing my first book, known as Domino Effect. Domino Effect was my first book of a 5-book series that was finished in 2010, not too long after I graduated from Freeman High. When I started college at VCU, I knew I was super busy with schoolwork, but I still had one question to ask myself. Do I want to write a sequel and relate it to my first one? After November, I decided that I wanted to indeed write a sequel to Domino Effect. This was when Domino Effect 2, Grab Death by the Horns, became a reality. This ended up being my only book in the series of 5 books that didn't revolve around a natural disaster. I started this book during my winter break after fall semester my freshman year, and after fall semester my freshman year, and I finalized and finished Domino Effect 2, Grab Death by the Horns in the summer of 2011. My sophomore year at VCU rolled around, and I told myself I'm going to write a trilogy, but this will probably be my last one. During my winter break of my sophomore year, when I was going through a bit of minor depression, was when Domino Effect 3, Sink or Swim was born. Writing this book ended up being my escape from being sad. Due to that, in this book you will find the most brutal deaths you could ever imagine, and it was a true release of everything that was bottled up inside. After writing my longest book to that date, and the longest book of the 5-book series, Domino Effect 3, Sink or Swim, was finished in 2012. During my fall semester of my junior year, I told myself, alright, I'm going to leave this book series as a trilogy. There will be no more Domino Effect books. But lo and behold, I ended up thinking of yet another plot that I could use for a 4th one, and I knew I had to take advantage of it. Due to this thought that I had to take advantage of, Domino Effect 4, Inferno was born. This book didn't have the most brutal deaths in the world, but they were by a large margin the most unique deaths I could think of. Before falling severely ill during late spring of 2013, I finished Domino Effect 4 Inferno in early spring of 2013. After recovering from my illness over the summer of 2013, I then came up with one last idea to end the Domino Effect series once and for all. Due to this, Domino Effect 5, The Fallout of Oakstown was born. Oakstown is the main made-up city in the Domino Effect series. Not only that, but Domino Effect 4 Inferno is a must-read before Domino Effect 5 The Fallout of Oakstown, as it leads into the 5th and final book of the series. This is my second favorite book, just barely getting beaten out by Domino Effect 3 Sink or Swim. However, Domino Effect 5 The Fallout of Oakstown has the biggest twist out of the entire series that will leave you in awe. Domino Effect 5: The Fallout of Oakstown was finished on New Year's Day of 2014. This put an end to my Domino Effect series. When I fell ill in 2013, I actually thought up an idea that I could do for a standalone sports book. After I graduated from VCU in May of 2014, I decided to continue my pursuit of becoming a well-known author. In the summer of 2014, Full Count was born. This is my only book of the 7 I have written that qualifies as a novel. In order for a book to qualify as a novel, it must be at least 50,000 words. This book is definitely for someone who is down on their luck, which was perfect for me because I was at the time. If you want to read something that will inspire you, I promise this one is a must-read. The main character goes from being suicidal to on top of the world from beginning to end. In late summer of 2014, my first standalone sports book, Full Count, was finished. In May of 2015, I was going to the Williamsburg Outlet Mall with my mom to shop for some kitchenware. When we were on the highway, I saw a hearse that was carrying a casket in it. You all know what this meant. At the beginning of the summer of 2015, Beyond the Casket was born. Believe it or not, I had to put a disclaimer at the end of this book for my sake, because fair warning, this book does contain acts and actions related to hell. Before I started my job in early August of 2015, my first standalone horror book, Beyond the Casket, was complete. That brings us to today. I'm also thinking about starting to write another standalone sports book starting in the summer of this year, and it will be titled The Walk-On. But we will wait and see what is going on first. My goal in the long run, the long run, is to become the next Stephen King. I am so thankful for the Final Destination movie series. If it wasn't for that series, none of these books would have been written, and I wouldn't have, even in my wildest dreams, thought of writing a single book, let alone 7. There you have it, folks. I hope that answered your burning question of what inspired me to write. So now, a year after I wrote that note, I have indeed written The Walk-On, and I finished it in October of this past year, and it was probably one of my favorites out of the 8, if not my favorite, because it's similar to Full Count, but Full Count is minor league baseball, and The Walk-On is college basketball. It's similar to it, but I believe it's a lot better than Full Count, in my opinion. So I've written Full Count, so I've written 8 books, actually, instead of 7, and I'm actually currently researching for my 9th book, and my 9th book is going to be titled Paranormal Drivers, and it's going to be part fiction and part nonfiction. The nonfiction part is it's going to include true roads that are in the U.S., and the fiction part is it's going to be pretty much a lot of stuff that's going to be happening that's fake, pretty much. But yeah, I've written 8. I'm going to start writing Paranormal Drivers. I'm thinking either near the end of this year or starting early next year, maybe, but I'm not sure. I really want to get 10 books finished by the end of 2020, if that's possible. But yeah, above all, the Final Destination movie series is what inspired me to write. If it wasn't for that movie series, I don't think, like I said in there, I don't think I would have written a single book, and I don't think I would have been inspired to be a writer in general. So yeah, I would like to thank that series above all. That is what inspired me to write. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw in this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and comment below telling me what you guys think. And I will see you guys next time with another video. This is Steven signing out.